getting old because I don't understand any of this newfangled technology. A drop. So you're just dropping memes. You're just dropping threats, threatening kids, kill your date. That's what a drop is. Drop. So I came back from Drop, the newest Blumhouse film. I believe it's still Blumhouse. It's Universal. I'm gonna double check that right now to be sure it's Blumhouse because I did say it was Blumhouse. Maybe it's not Blumhouse. I look silly now. No, it is Blumhouse. It is Blumhouse. Okay. Newest movie from Blumhouse. Story is legitimately what you see it as. A woman, a widow, goes on a blind date after 5 years. Well, not a true blind date, but first date with this guy. They're in this place called the Palette. There's a restaurant and a skyscraper, very high, fancy place. Looks nice. Honestly, if I had the money, I'd like to go to a place like that at some point. She meets her date, and she starts immediately getting what are called drops. Again, I'm not that tech savvy or social media savvy, despite being on YouTube. Where someone says, "I'm going to ruin your night." It's like, "Do what I say, or else Toby's going to get it. Your little boy's going to get it. Your sister's going to get it. Kill your date. Do this." And she's got to figure out who it is, why they're doing it, all that. Right at the gate, I did really like the fact that I didn't recognize anyone. Well, that's not entirely true. I didn't know the name of any actor or performer in this movie. The only one I did recognize Megan Faye, but I couldn't have told you what she had been in. Like, I never watched White Lotus. And Brendan Skaliner, who plays her date Henry. Apparently, he's on 1922 Yellowstone. I've never watched that, but I'm like, you look familiar. So I'm glad to see this is a movie of relatively unknowns, not even unknowns, just relative, not A-list stars. You don't have not even one A-list star, if you want whoever you call A-list, to kind of like help bolster the cast. They are relying on the talents of this cast. And like I said out of the film, coming out of it, I really like this film. This is a good time. It is a mix of like a weird rom-com. Like, if this were just a rom-com with shenanigans happening, I'd still buy it because I really dug the performances of these two. I dug the chemistry. But then you mix a thriller and a little bit of psychological, not torment, but a psychological thriller. And it's like, what's going on? Who's doing this and why? The film is relying on that and these two performers. Like, for the most part, we're seeing these two a good 70% of the time. Other actors are coming in, like what was the actor? Jeffrey Self and Reed Diamond are playing their characters up. So they're clearly having a ball playing their characters. Absolutely. But even like the little kid, even though he's clearly just a young actor, I actually bought him. Like, he just seemed like a kind of a traumatized little kid. To some degree, like, I could buy what it was. I could buy this kid despite being young. Maybe it wasn't completely didn't completely process what had happened in his past. Which I will admit, this film does open up in like a very interesting way. I'm like, what? Where she's the victim of an abusive relationship, and we learn what ultimately happened the night that he did that. Like, he threatened her, he threatened the kid, and ultimately what happened there. And so I admit, when we first opened up with that, I'm like, wow, that was not where I was expecting us to start with, but here we are. But it does play a point throughout the entire, it's relevant to what's going on in the movie. She's a survivor of abuse. And we talk about that. They bring it up, and it is poignant in the movie. Where, like I said, also out of the theater too, I did find it amusing that the way what we are seeing how this person is communicating with her, what we see in the trailer, what look like they're for the trailer, these like kill him. Bravo, now kill, back to business. It'll be quick, it'll be painless. Do it. That was stupid. Like, the way you see that in the trailer, that's how it is through the entire movie. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. We needed a way to actually have them visibly communicating on screen, or how they're communicating on screen. We didn't need that. We needed to see how they were communicating on screen. So I just found it very humorous that in a world like the movie quote kind of style was how it was being portrayed. I thought that was actually pretty amusing. But honestly, this film rests and dies on the shoulders of our two leads, and they're both really, really good. He's someone who's also got obviously this person wants him dead for a reason, and when we basically kind of piece together what is, we're like, huh, okay, interesting, and you buy he's a guy who believed in a system, and now the system kind of broke and betrayed him to some degree. So he's now trying to do something, and you buy him as just a really good guy because at points he because he's thinking there's something wrong with his son. He's like, look, you need to be with your kid. And he's like, no. So it really is just I think that it's just really, and she is doing her damnedest in this film to look at and doing a good job as someone who is in a situation she is trying her damnedest to get out of. All while trying to put up the guise of everything is okay, everything will be fine. Hi, no, I'm sorry, it's me. No, please don't go. I'm not doing it justice. And she's doing a fantastic job, particularly something she does near the end. When confronting the person that's doing all this, I really enjoyed. Because if you're not paying attention, you probably wouldn't have noticed what had happened. And I didn't notice what had happened the first like when she reveals what happened. Now, as for the mystery, it's obviously I'm not going to say who it was. That'd be no way. But here's the only other knock, and there's not even another knock. It's a quick film too. Here's probably one of the few criticisms I'll give for the film. It's one of those things where the who it is more not important. The who it is more important than who it is what I mean. What I mean by that is you can figure out half of the mystery. You can figure out who they are, not who it is in the building immediately. Like you might be able to figure it out because they set up like at least 5 or 6 red herrings. Or maybe not that many, but like 4 or 5 red herrings. Like they immediately set that up. So you're not going to have an immediate knowledge of, oh, they did it. Oh, wait, no, they did it. No, okay, wait, pick your poison. But you know who they are in the sense of who they are, in the sense of why they're doing it. When you learn more about, when you just see bits and pieces, even in the trailer, they reveal a little bit. So, like, why he needs to die and who wants that to happen. You can figure out who wants him to die. You just can't. You might not immediately figure out who it is in the in like who they are in terms of what they represent. I think that's the best way to put it. But you can't necessarily not can't, but you might not figure out who it is in the building. And when they finally are revealed, again, like a lot of people, they do a good job. They do a very interesting performance, to say the least. It's a good movie. Like I said it out of there, this is a needed win for Blumhouse. Blumhouse has not had the best year so far. They dropped the ball on Wolfman. Wolfman is disappointing. It's not bad. I contend it's not bad. It's just disappointing, which is arguably worse than bad, if you depending who you ask. But I don't believe it's a bad film. I think it's just a disappointing film, which again, go with that as you will. But yeah, Woman in the Yard took me a while to come around. I now have to lean on the side of someone who didn't like it. Like I liked the first through 2/3, and that last third just killed it. Just really kind of messed it up. But yeah, otherwise, I mean, Blumhouse isn't in like a horrible state or anything. And then they had put out The Night Swim, Imaginary, all of which did at least make some money. I believe Smile is also, and Smile 2 are also Blumhouse. Which Smile 2 was successful, at least. So there is that. But yeah, this is a needed win. At least from a critical standpoint, it's a needed win. From an audience perspective, it's a needed win. I don't know if it'll be a win financially. It's only made $11 million, so it's not like it needs to make a lot. If this film opens this week on $15 million or more, I'm calling that an absolute win. Absolutely. But we'll have to wait and see where this film ultimately lands, and if the audience feels the same way. Overall, I can say is it's a good film. I enjoyed myself. It's a fun little guess who's doing it, who done it. And if you can do it, great. If not, well, oh well. But yeah, ultimately, I enjoyed myself. What did you think, though? Let me know in the comments below. Until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Later.